The first misconception is that you eat a vegetarian diet to awaken or when you're awake. And I'm guessing this comes through the Buddhism tradition or other traditions where they make that a belief or a part of the dogma to do with awakening. Awakening doesn't really have anything to do with what you eat. At times, you may feel like you want to eat vegetarian as your heart is opening, you're feeling more connected to animals. That certainly can happen. Perhaps you feel like you need to go on a cleanse, but you're not doing it because you believe that you have to as part of a belief system. You're letting go of all belief systems, including ones to do with traditions that you follow. And so when you're awake, some people that are awake will eat meat, some won't. It'll just depend on what their body wants. So the second one is that you get magical powers, like you can levitate or that you can perform miracles. So levitation, that misconception comes likely through the yogi tradition, performing miracles through the Christian tradition. So depending on your conditioning, what traditions you followed, will be what beliefs or misconceptions that you have about awakening. And yeah, it sounds nice. They were nice stories for us to listen to about people levitating or performing miracles. But obviously, if it was true, we would see it all over YouTube. So when you're awakened, you very early on in the process of going through awakening, you can open up to some spiritual gifts that are sometimes called siddhis. And this can look like having healing energy activate, having Shaktipat energy activate, having psychic gifts, but they're sort of just a byproduct of waking up. And you may or may not get them, and they may or may not drop away as you go through the process. The next one is that you have no negative emotions, such as getting angry, getting sad, getting scared. There's no more fear experienced. And this is really to deny our humanity. There is a human in form that has an emotional body, and no matter how far you go on this path, that is still true. Certainly there's a seed of truth in it. You have processed all of the backlog of emotional energy once you've been through this awakening process, and it is abiding. So yes, there is a lot less. Yes, you are happy and peaceful most of the time. There is a seed of truth to it, certainly. But can you still get angry if something, really frustrating happens? You certainly can. Can you still get sad? You still have full use of the emotional range, but how they're processed is quite different. They come in fast, they're experienced, there's no filter, nothing blocking it or pushing it away. It's experienced and it's gone. It's almost instantaneously. So it is experienced quite differently, but you certainly still have access to the full emotional range. Sometimes we may think that when you're awake that you have no thoughts. And I think I believed this one. So I thought the mind, when people were talking about empty mind, no mind, that you wouldn't be able to form a thought. It would be impossible. And the mind certainly gets quieter and quieter each year as you deepen into being awake. That is true. And if you did a meditation path for your lifetime, your mind will be even quieter still. But a thought can still form. But what's different is that you don't believe it. So that ability to latch onto it, to attach to it, to believe that it's you that is having that thought, to believe that it refers to a separate self, that's what's changed at the permanent mind awakening. So you cannot believe the thought, but thoughts can still arise. So each person will be different. Some people will still have some thinking going on. Other people have quite an empty mind, and then it will continue to empty out as the years go by. You won't get sick or injured. You are immune to life's difficulties. Now there's still a human body here, so anything that comes with having a physical form will still be experienced, including illness. Any type of illness you can still get. The seed of truth in this one is that you have healed things to do with trauma in the body. And so you might have a lot less going on in the body. Perhaps you have healed certain ailments that were even chronic in the body. That is possible through the awakening process because such deep healing work is done. But Each person will have different, the body has gone through a different journey of what it's accumulated, what diseases it has, what illnesses and injuries it has. It doesn't magically cure everything, although it can certainly help with some conditions. When you're awake, you don't reject anything to do with the body, and you don't reject anything to do with life or relationships or what's being asked of you. There's no ability to reject any of that. If you've listened to teachers that have neglected the body, they're talking about an earlier stage of awakening, the transcendent phase, where they're disidentifying with the body and the physical form and life. And if you continue on the awakening process, you start to embody all of that, including the physical form, the body, and everything that's happening in life, and wake up through all of that as well. So there's no rejection to any of that when you are permanently awake. It's very much about the body. It's very much about being present in life and having all the challenges that come with life and all the beauty that comes with life, but not falling asleep, not believing you're a separate self at any time. And the last one is that once you're awake, is that you'll have all the insights to the universe, that you'll know exactly how awakening works, how this whole mystery works, how reality is. And although you're experiencing reality directly, you still don't know it. It is unknowable. And yes, you have a deeper insight and more wisdom. The more years you are awake, it does continue to develop, and you can continue to learn about reality and read traditional texts or whatever you like, and you're able to understand it, which is a nice thing, but it doesn't automatically unlock all the secrets to the world. So this list came from a Q&A group, the September Q&A group. So thank you to everyone there that helped to compile this list. You know who you are.